Mason Mount and Wan-Bissaka back to full Man United training. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I was like, should I first do the story of Juan Mata going in Barcelona and why he's still there? I was like, all right, let me first bring you the story that obviously is going to energize your day. And obviously the Muslims, Ramadan Kareem, they're really breaking the fast right about now. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Let's see close to how many subscribers. So let's see close to 200 likes. Smash this video and not forget to subscribe. Now today is a Tuesday. There is Champions League football and Man United is preparing for the FA Cup, and there is a lot for United as far as the gear up for the game of Liverpool. There is a story I'm really planning for Eric Ten Hag when you had to come and really wonder Liverpool ahead of our tie. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but let's first get this out of the way. Now, we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Sorry, we thank God for the gift. We thank God for the gift of life. Those are the Christians, and let's obviously get into this. Now, today morning, they had a story put out on the website of Man United as far as the return of Mason Greenwood is concerned. The story read: "Squad boosted by Mount's return to training." That is the first team training, and they said Eric Ten Hag's Man United squad has been boosted by Mason Mount's return to training. The 25-year-old's playing time has been limited by injury since joining from Chelsea last summer, but he has remained upbeat and positive throughout his rehabilitation. A diligent professional, Mount has worked closely with the club's medical staff and displayed a work ethic that helped him to become one of the most decorated players in the game. The England international's return to illness will bring great energy to the squad of Man United, and the former Champions League winner cannot wait to get started again. Of course, Mason's presence in training is also a timely positive as United prepare for a conclusive month of the season. This week, the Reds are getting up for Sunday's Emirates FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool at Old Trafford. There are also 10 important Premier League matches left to play, with qualification to the next Champions League still a distinct possibility. It remains unclear whether Mount's return to the matchday squad, but the manager may provide some details on Friday when holding his next pre-match press conference at Carrington. That's what they're going to let us know about Mason Mount. But it's good to see him back. It's good to see him back and really see what he can do. I cannot judge his first season in the club of Man United because it has been disrupted with very many injuries, and he never even went ahead to play like 3-4 games in a row for the club of Man United. But with time coming in through, I think Mason Mount will obviously have to prove to us that he's really that kind of player that went ahead obviously buying. But the big question is, where is he going to be playing? Because you cannot buy a £60 million player when you're really trying to make your bench better, meaning that Ten Hag really had a plan for Mason Mount. You know, how is he going to integrate him in the squad of Man United? Because you are having the double pivot, having Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro, then Bruno Fernandes, who was going to have to prove undroppable. The only position you feel like this guy can come in through and really play is in the midfield, alongside Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo. Is the manager willing to bench his captain? The answer is no. And we've seen him on several occasions that he doesn't even want to play him onto the right attacking side of the midfield because he can play there very well, you know. So is he gonna really sacrifice Kobe Mainoo for this guy? I don't think so, because Kobe Mainoo's qualities are not qualities that Mason Mount is even really close to really having. So it really comes out to our notice that this guy is really having a season fail at the club of Man United, and even next season it's going to be really hard for him to come in through to get into the starting 11 of Man United, because if you look at the players that Man United are really looking at, they bring a lot to the squad than Mason Mount. João Neves, I went ahead and really told you yesterday that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is close to obviously approving the signature of this young man. So how is it going to apply to this guy called a Mason Mount? You know, United are really looking for Frankie de Jong. You've gone here to see Juan Mata meeting people in Barcelona, you know. So you ask yourself how it is going to pan out. So it's really a huge question for Mason Mount, and I don't know how he's really gonna be comfortable with not being the main player into the club of Man United and being a squad player. I see nowhere he gets into this team of Man United before we even go into the summer transfer window and add in players. So at the beginning of the season, Ten Hag tried to obviously play him in the midfield of Bruno, Casemiro, and him. But with the coming in, of Kobe Mainoo, trust me, his chances shrinked. Man United looking in for CDM who can come in through and really compete with Casemiro next season. So all those people coming in through limit the playing time of Mason Mount. I don't know what Ten Hag's plan was for Mason Mount, and to make things worse, he's really having shirt number 7 for the club of Man United, the historical jersey number for the Red Devils. So I don't know exactly how things are really going to pan out, but it's really very good to note that this guy is really doing wonders, and he's returning to the training session. And for the club of Man United, with the injuries we've been having, it's just exciting that Mason Mount is back, and he's that player that has wanted to go to the Euros, and I don't know where he's really gonna go to the Euros, because I think he cannot even go past Kobe Mainoo. Because if you cannot bench Kobe Mainoo at the club of Man United at the club level, then can you bench him when it comes to what we call the international football? The squad is going to be announced, I think, on Wednesday. That is tomorrow. That is going to be taking part into the friendlies of England, where they're going to be playing Spain and Brazil. Mason Mount obviously is out. So if you miss out onto such games, how are you going to really work out your craft to make sure you really put yourself into the attention, or to the attention of the manager of England? So he's really having a very bad season. And I was one of that person that never really wanted this signing. I always said I would rather go Kai Havertz than him, and look at how he has gone ahead to really act himself. So I really hate it that he's really doing all what he's doing like that. It is really very bad. And good news is that he's back. But how is Erik ten Hag going to integrate him in the starting 11 of Man United? Is he going to be a bench player that Kobe Mainoo will be playing like 60 minutes and Mason Mount comes in through? I doubt. But I don't know when his favorite position is going to be really chosen, because for him, he had a very huge preseason at the club of Man United. For Kobe Mainoo, apart from the 2 games he played against Leeds and I think Lyon, he went ahead to play against Arsenal. In the game of Real Madrid, he got an injury. For Mason Mount, he played all those games and even went ahead to obviously start the season. But his talent cannot come close to this guy Kobe Mainoo, and the Euros are hanging in balance for him. So he'll need to pull a rabbit out of the hat to see to it that this team really gets him into the starting 11, because Ten Hag now has his starting 11. We all know Onana in goal, right back Dalot, left back it should be Luke Shaw, but he's away. Bissaka can take over. Then Varane and Maguire in the central defense, Kobe Mainoo, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes in the midfield, Garnacho right forward, Rashford left forward, and Rasmus Højlund moving through the middle to lead the line. Do you see Mason Mount getting anywhere into the squad of Erik ten Hag? Unless he'll come in through off the bench. So those 60 million pounds that we spent on this Mason Mount guy might have gone ahead to obviously cost us a game. That is it. So after that, let's obviously have a talk about Wan-Bissaka, who is back also in the training session for the club of Man United. And this is what the team had to say about the return of Wan-Bissaka in the first team training sessions. They've gone ahead to say that early team news. All right. Man United squad has been boosted by the welcome return of Wan-Bissaka ahead of Sunday's Emirates FA Cup tie against Liverpool at Old Trafford. The defender was pictured on the training ground at Carrington on Tuesday morning, along with midfielder Mason Mount, who has also been absent for the Reds of late. Bissaka hasn't featured for Man United since the 2-2 draw with Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford in January. With Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia and Harry Maguire all ruled out. At present, it is a welcome boost for Erik ten Hag's backline to see him back out on the grass with the team. So he's back, and he was pictured really having a certain really drill alongside Amrabat, as you see him there. So Bissaka is back. He's back and doing the needful to really represent for the club of Man United who's playing against Liverpool. And he's going to be one of those hugest boosts coming in through for the club of Man United, because if he's back, we'll know that Ten Hag has variety to obviously come on and really deal with it when it comes to his players taking on the side of Liverpool, because that means Bissaka can be played as a right back and then Dalot can be played as a left back. All else, Dalot can be played as a right back and Bissaka can be played as a left back for the club of Man United and close in that side, you know. But recently Ten Hag has been really lacking balance onto the left back position of his side, and he's going to have to keep himself into a very, very bad position as a manager, because of how people have gone ahead not to really respect what he has gone ahead to be fighting in for the club of Man United. But Bissaka's return is really a very huge boost, and I think we need to obviously get him onto the pitch. He plays the last 10 games of the season such that he really gets players, he really gets suitors that can obviously come in through and really sell him and buy him from the club of Man United. That is really very important if you know what this is all about. Man United has always been a side that has wanted to keep players that are English, because their brand has been built on English players. But you've gone ahead to see to it that players that have gone ahead to turn around this club of Man United have gone ahead to be of different nationalities. When you look right now, the most important players of Man United, I think we don't have an English player there, because Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Rasmus Højlund, Garnacho, and the first player that can come into play should be Luke Shaw, but he's really injured. So it shows you how we've gone ahead to move on from that, and the return of Bissaka is going to really help the club of Man United by far. So guys, your thoughts on Mason Mount coming in through to the first team training plus Aaron Wan-Bissaka are welcome in the comment section below. And the manager Ten Hag is telling us that Mount will be ready after the international break. So he wants to see him train for 3 weeks, you know, because we are going to the international break after this weekend and return to action playing away at Brentford on, I think, the 30th. So Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Ramadan Kareem. I'm out. Ciao, ciao.